Hey, welcome back everyone. Yeah, so we're still working on the Enco lathe. We're trying to get the backsplash done. It's been a slow process because everybody's been ill, including myself here lately. So the last couple of weeks have been kind of brutal as far as being able to get anything done. But anyways, we're making progress. So let's dive right into it and take a look at what we're doing. See if we can get this backsplash built. Okay, thanks everybody. Just got back from the Seagull shop, Chuck Bomarito. It took both of us to bend this. This stuff is a lot tougher than you would think. I mean, it's aluminum, but man, it was tough to bend. But we got her done. All right, let's see how it's gonna fit. All right, let's test fit this. I've got the cross slide as far back as it'll go this way to check the clearance. Alright, I think that's going to work good. So I gotta relieve an area down here for the motor before this will fit all the way in there. But I think I'm going to leave this piece here and try to bend this up 90 degrees and straighten this bend out. Of course this will be a cut here because we need to have a piece that covers the motor anyways. So let's give it a try. I'm going to try to cut this with the jigsaw. I don't know how well that's going to work. That blade is too coarse. Let me see if I got a better blade. Okay, unplug. All right, see if this works any better. Guys, I don't know what I was smoking. I thought I could just clamp this in the bench vise and bend this whole piece up, but the throat of the vise is only 3 inches deep, so that isn't going to work. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut it off at this bend and then just bend what's left up, and that'll make a nice attachment point for the box that we got to make for the motor cover. Did you guys know they make files just for aluminum? This is the only one I have. I gave it a shot of WD just so the chips don't stick. Alright, let me get busy. Alright, does this look sketchy? Okay, I'm going to bend this off camera so you'll know in a second or two whether it worked or not. Well, that didn't come out too bad. Let's give it a test fit. Okay, well I think that's enough for tonight. Let's pick this back up tomorrow. High precision cardboard engineering. Something like that. Okay, angle strips are on. Now we got to put in our end panel. Fit up like that. And the last thing will be a probably an angle attachment point down at the bottom there to the side. Alright, I'm going to do this off camera. Several days have gone by since I filmed the last clip, so hopefully I'm not repeating myself. But anyways, we got this end pretty much sorted out, and I'm happy with the way it's coming together. And this is just on the fly engineering, just using materials I have on hand. And our fit looks pretty good in here. Really happy with the way that's looking. Okay, these two screws here are just temporary sheet metal screws. All right, let's try that again. Hit the zoom button by mistake. All right, so these two screws are just temporary sheet metal screws. Yeah, I can't get underneath here to get the nuts on. I'm going to replace these with regular machine screws. And this one here, I can't get my drill motor in there to drill that hole, but when we break everything down and transfer to the new base, I'll be able to take care of those, and we won't have this wood here in the way. After that, let's go down to the other end here. I'll show you what we got going on. Oh, wait a second. This is just a temporary piece just to keep things straight while I'm working on it. I'm gonna have like a T-style top rail that will go on there when that part's ready. I'm checking the clearance for the DRO reed head bracket here. You can see I've got the carriage moved. It's not all the way toward the headstock, but it's pretty close. And I mean, normally you're not going to go any farther than that. Right now it's going to interfere with the chuck. But if you had a collet adapter in here, you might be a little closer. So I think I'm going to use this for my clearance and bring our splash pan in right in here someplace. And we're only covering part of the motor, so I'm not too worried about it getting enough airflow. Okay, we got our swarf cover finished for the linear scale here. Yeah, I know, diamond plate. That's for trailers and truck beds. It's in the back here, where only you guys and I will know it's there, so other than that you won't see it when it's in operation. So yeah, it was almost a perfect piece. All I had to do was trim one edge and cut it to length. So yeah, and it was free. So that helps. This area around the motor here has been pretty tricky. It's not perfect, but it's not bad either. Got a few little gaps in our cuts here. I didn't get them perfect, but now I got to design the cover for it and the back piece that'll fit over here. Okay, just checking the fit. I still got to put some more angle in here for attachment. Okay, for someone who doesn't do sheet metal work, I think I'm pretty happy with that. It's not a work of art, but it's going to do the job. I think I'm going to put an angle cut in here, maybe even further down, just to improve the look a little bit. Okay, I think that looks better. I changed it up a little bit from what I was originally thinking. Alright, we got our little filler piece in here, and I'm happy with the way that came out. So I'm to the point now where I've got to drill and tap a couple holes in here to support this piece. And ultimately it'll also help support the main backsplash. So I'm going to pop the top here, have a look inside the gear case. I want to make sure that wherever I'm drilling and tapping, it's not going to be a problem. And I want to stay above the oil level, also for obvious reasons. So let me get this top off and we'll take a look at what our options are here. Just give you guys a quick look at the gearbox. I'll probably do a separate video on this. But overall it looks really good. There are some rust spots here and there. So I got to decide what I'm going to do. I really don't want to do a tear down, but I think at least on the areas like right here where this is a sliding shifting dog, I want to get the rust out from under those. Other ones like this here, there's nothing going on there, so there's nothing contacts or moves, where it probably better off just leaving it rather than taking the chance of getting those particles into the bearings and so forth. But I'm going to address all this separately, but just giving you guys a quick look here. So we'll do a follow-up on this. This will be our first hole location. This is where we're going to come through. So this corner is really thick in here, and there's a pretty good fillet underneath. So we're going to be in some thick material there, so I think we'll be fine. And I stepped over a little bit. I don't want to be too close to this the screw hole here. All right, I'm going to do that off camera, and I'm only going to go in maybe 3/8 of an inch. I don't have any metric bottoming taps, but I have you know, a good selection of
imperial machine screw size of bottoming tab. So we're going to go with 1032 cap head stainless steel screws, mainly because I have a fairly modest supply of stainless steel machine screw in imperial size. Okay, all right, let me get these drilled and tapped. All right, I jumped ahead a bit, but anyways, I got these drilled and tapped into the headstock, no issues. The wall thickness was about 5/8. I only went in 3/8 of an inch, so never broke through. We got plenty of meat for good support, so continuing on here. I didn't film the last details. I was just in the get her done mode. But the backsplash is essentially done. Just give you guys a quick overlook here. We got our top rail on there, and it's a T style rail. You can see on the end here, it's that type of material. Makes it nice and solid. Put a little piece of angle on here to kind of protect and beef up that edge a little bit. As we come around, I still gotta drill one more hole on each of these little brackets in the back here. I'll do that when I remove it for the switch over. And we went ahead and put in our DRO mount with a reinforcing plate. And this area is real solid here, so I think it's going to be just fine. It's funny how the anodizing over time on this mount has kind of changed color. It actually kind of looks cool. I'm just leaving it the way it is. We've got a fair amount of clearance around the motor here for it to get cooling air, so I think that'll be fine. Okay, well, that's pretty much it. Let me I am going to build some tool holders to go on top here. Let me grab my material and show you what I'm thinking. So while everything is really easy to access, I want to build a tool holding rail. A little mount up here somehow. And I've already cut out a bunch of tabs that I can weld on to this rail that will hold the AXA tool holders, something like that, you know, all lined up. And I haven't figured out yet how close to this end I want to get, you know, because the chuck will be throwing oil and swarf, and I'm not sure if I want any down here. Maybe hold it back this way further. So I've got to work all that out still, but that'll be an upcoming video, or maybe I'll do it off camera, don't know yet, but I'll definitely show it. And let me swing you guys over a little bit here. Okay, yeah, and then on this end I want to build a small plate with some holes so I can drop in Morse taper tools for the tailstock. You know, not a lot of them, maybe 6 or so, just the ones that you typically use most of the time. I've still got to figure out some cable management for the DRO scale cables, and I want to just do something simple but also, you know, relatively clean to keep the cables out of the chip tray and keep them from, you know, getting all tangled up and so forth. So I've still got that to work out. I mean, it'd be nice to have some of that Caterpillar track, but I think I'm just going to get a couple clamps and just find a way that these will lay in here. Just keep it simple. I haven't decided whether I want to punch a hole to route those through the back, or just go ahead and just bring them on up over the top. You know, sometimes simple is better. All right, I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but it's pouring rain again out there. It just won't stop. So anyways, that's pretty much it on the backsplash, other than the tool rail and a few little details to finish up. It'll work out these DRO cables.
So hopefully soon we'll get it on the new base and we're going to get it closer to being ready to run. And thanks everybody for sticking with the project, and thank you all the subscribers and new subscribers. And please, if you can, hit the like button, the thumbs up button, and we will see you soon on the next video. All right, see you later.
I need to make a little filler piece for right here. Came up short. Up here at Lexington Reservoir, just checking out the water level. It was empty. Well, not empty, but probably down to 25% just a couple of weeks ago. Wow. Still pretty wet up here. Yesterday was dry, but not today. It's about 4 feet from going over the spillway.
Back on this Backsplash project. So